There are gates hidden inside the body gateways, so ancient that even the sands of Egypt forgot their names. This is not a story for the curious, but for those who have been called. You are here because something within you aches to remember, to reclaim the code that Thoth himself whispered into the stones beneath the Sphinx. What you are about to receive is not information. It is an activation. I must warn you. Legends say that even listening with a skeptical mind can cause strange effects, tingling in the hands, chills along the spine, a stirring of memories that do not belong to this lifetime. The forbidden doorway is not made of wood or stone. It is woven from frequencies, the lattice of your own living cells, the pulse that quickens as you read these words. Modern science calls this the biofield, a shimmering envelope of electromagnetic vibration that surrounds and penetrates the body. But the ancients went deeper. In Egypt, in India, in Tibet, the masters knew. This field is a gate between matter and spirit. When the code is spoken, when the right vibration is struck, the gate begins to open. I remember the first time I stood in a temple at dawn, my eyes half closed, the hieroglyphs dancing with shadow. The priest beside me hummed a note so low, so pure, that it felt like the whole building was vibrating under my skin. It wasn't just sound. It was an unlocking, a sense that something impossible was being gently pulled apart inside my chest. That was my initiation. Yours begins here. The truth you weren't meant to know. This code was hidden for a reason. In the wrong hands, it can fracture the mind, create obsession, or send the unprepared into sleepless nights filled with impossible dreams. But you, if you have arrived here, now, and you can feel the air change as these words pass through you, perhaps you are ready. If you dare, take a slow breath, close your eyes, and listen. Can you hear the humming beneath your own thoughts? The body is always singing. The real question is, will you join the song or keep pretending to be deaf? The ritual. This is not a performance. It is a remembering. Sit quietly. Let your hands rest on your knee, palms open. Inhale, feeling the breath enter not just your lungs, but all the way to your fingertips. Now, exhale with a long, soft like the echo of a temple bell fading into the desert night. Repeat 7 times. Do not rush. Each should last longer than the one before, as if you are unlocking a door that resists you at first, then opens more and more easily. It seems simple, childish even, but the secret is, every time you create this vibration, you realign the hidden structures of your energy field. Ancient Egyptians called this the sound of becoming. In India, they called it Nada Brahma, the universe's sound. Signs of awakening. What should you expect? Some feel a sudden warmth in their hands, or a tingling at the crown of the head. Others report flashes of color behind closed eyelids, or a gentle wave of sadness that passes like a forgotten storm. A few, the truly sensitive, will feel as if a long-lost memory is trying to surface, an ache in the heart, a tightness in the throat, the urge to weep or to laugh for no reason at all. These are not side effects. They are signals the gates are creaking open. But be careful. If you force it, if you strain, if you try to control the experience with your mind, the doorway slams shut. The true code can only be received in a state of surrender, not command. The warning: once the vibration is awakened, there is no going back. Some have found themselves more sensitive to light and sound, unable to tolerate harsh voices or loud places for a few days. A few have said that food tastes different, or that time moves strangely, as if hours stretch or collapse. This is normal. The field is recalibrating. But if you feel dizzy, or anxious, or find yourself dreaming of symbols you don't understand, pause the practice. Drink water, go outside, and feel the earth beneath your feet. The code is not meant to destroy. It is meant to restore what was once whole. The living light. Every true initiate knows. Light is not merely what the eye sees, but what the spirit senses in darkness. In the temples of Thoth, where torches flickered along black basalt walls, adepts spoke of a luminous current running inside the body, a subtle sun, hidden beneath flesh, waiting to be awakened by the right vibration. There are those who mock this. Scientists may say, we are only chemical reactions and firing synapses. Light in the body? Nonsense. But have they ever truly closed their eyes in silence and felt their own skin begin to glow? Have they heard the stories whispered by yogis who fasted in Himalayan caves, or by Tibetan monks who claim to radiate heat in the frozen night? I remember the first time I doubted. The legends seemed impossible until the morning I practiced the sound of becoming, just as you did in the last section. I sat in half shadow and let the vibration fill me. Suddenly, behind my closed eyelids, I saw it. A shimmer, a pale blue radiance, as if the air itself had turned to silk and was flowing through my hands. This is the living light. It cannot be measured by ordinary instruments, but those who awaken it feel as if every cell has become a miniature sun. The secret science. Modern researchers have a name for this phenomenon: biophotons. German scientist Fritz Albert Popp, among others, discovered that living cells emit weak, coherent light, invisible to the naked eye, but measurable in dark laboratories. Popp said, "We are beings of light." He did not know he was echoing the words of Thoth's priests, who taught that true healing does not come from outside, but from this inner radiance. Egypt called it Sechem, the force that animates. India called it Ojas. Tibet called it Tummo. Each tradition believed that to rejuvenate, you must first activate the hidden sun within. Hands-on, ignite the living light. Let us not speak in riddles. You want the experience. Sit in a dim room, spine straight, hands lightly cupped at the heart. Inhale deeply, imagining you are drawing sunlight in through your skin even if it is night. Hold the breath for a slow count of 3, feeling a gentle pressure build behind the heart. As you exhale, imagine a soft white gold light expanding from your chest, down your arms, up your neck, flooding your body from within. Repeat this for 9 breaths. Each time, picture the light getting brighter until you feel a tingling or warmth not on the skin, but inside, as if you are wearing a cloak of energy. If done with intention, even once, the change is immediate. For some, it's subtle. A mood lifts, an ache vanishes, colors look more vibrant when you open your eyes. For others, the effect is electric goosebumps, surges of emotion, even tears as old grief is burned away by the light. The ancient warning. The Emerald Tablet cautioned, "He who awakens the inner sun must also prepare his shadow to melt." Translation: when you flood yourself with this living light, suppressed emotions and old wounds may briefly surface. You may feel restless, weepy, or even irritable for a day or two. This is not a problem, it is a cleansing. The body is learning to shine again. But beware the trap of pride. Some feel this energy and believe they are chosen, superior. Let go of that thought. The light comes for all who seek with humility, not arrogance. If you find yourself judging others for not feeling it, stop the practice, touch the earth, and offer thanks for being a channel, not a master. Signs: the light is growing. What will you notice? Asterisk: gentle warmth in your chest, even in a cold room. Asterisk: flashes of color or light in meditation. Asterisk: a sudden urge to move, dance, or stretch, honor it. Asterisk: dreams filled with sun, gold, or flying birds. Asterisk: small wounds healing faster than usual, old scars fading over time. Remember, it only takes a single, honest practice to ignite the light. But it is your attention, not repetition, that sustains it. If you ever feel overwhelmed, step outside, touch a tree, and release excess energy into the earth. The Song of the Serpent. There is a power that coils at the base of your spine, older than your bones, older than the memory of mankind. The ancients called it the serpent fire, the secret current that climbs the hidden ladder within, whispering of gods, immortality, and transmutation. In the temples of Thoth, initiates gathered not to pray, but to vibrate. The high priest would draw a circle of chalk on cold stone, seat the seeker within it, and begin to chant low, winding, echoing through the chambers like the slither of a snake in moonlight. Why a serpent? Because the serpent knows how to shed, to renew, to become again. A warning in shadows. Not everyone is ready. If you force the serpent, if you chase its fire before your vessel is cleansed, it can scorch you insomnia, confusion, unexplainable fear. Ancient teachers in India called it Kundalini. Tibetans called it Tummo fire. The Egyptian Book of the Dead warns, "He who awakens the serpent without wisdom will walk in madness, not light." Oh. But for those who are ready, who come not with pride, but with humble awe, the song of the serpent unlocks a channel so profound it is said to reverse age, dissolve trauma, and bathe the body in a fountain of golden energy. I will never forget my first time. The chamber was silent, but for the hum of a single note, vibrating low in my throat. Suddenly, a feeling like liquid sunlight rose from the base of my spine, swirling upward, warm, electric, terrifyingly alive. For a moment, I thought I might dissolve. But then came a peace as deep as the Nile, and I understood. The serpent is not to be controlled, but courted like a wild animal. It moves only when invited. The technique, courting the serpent. If you wish to awaken this current, proceed gently. Sit comfortably, spine straight, chin slightly tucked, eyes closed. 1. Place your attention at the base of your spine. 2. Inhale deeply, imagining a small glowing serpent coiled there, resting, not asleep, but aware. 3. On the exhale, make a gentle SSS sound, as if imitating a snake, allowing it to vibrate softly in your chest and throat. 4. With each breath, imagine the serpent slowly uncurling, rising along your spine, winding through each vertebra, growing warmer, lighter. Repeat this for 7 breaths. Do not rush. If you feel nothing, simply sit in silence for a moment. Sometimes, the serpent only stirs after the 3rd or 4th practice. If you feel tingling, heat, or a gentle wave of emotion rising up your spine, you are not imagining it. This is the ancient code at work. The crossroads of doubt. Some will scoff. Isn't this just placebo? Fancy visualization? Let them. The true magician does not argue with the doubter, nor does the serpent reveal herself to the impatient. Even modern science has begun to glimpse this mystery, mapping the microtubules in the spinal column, the subtle energy fields that run parallel to the nervous system. It is a crossroads. You can turn back, or step forward and become more than you have ever been. Side effects and signs. Beware the rush. If you feel dizzy, anxious, or overly energized, ground yourself, place your palms on the floor, breathe deeply, drink water. If you suddenly remember old grief or feel the urge to cry, let it happen. The serpent brings all to the surface that needs to be transformed. Signs the pathway is awakening. Asterisk. Spontaneous heat rising up the back. Asterisk. Vivid dreams featuring snakes, rivers, or spiral symbols. Asterisk. Unusual clarity or stillness after the practice. Asterisk. Occasional trembling, not fear, but raw energy. Just once is enough to shift your vibration. Many have reported that, after their first true practice, food tastes sharper, colors seem deeper, and sleep becomes astonishingly restful. The mirror of stillness. There is a silence so deep, so complete, that it shatters the mind's constant noise and reveals the truth hidden behind all movement. In every mystical tradition, from the dark sanctuaries of Egypt to the icy heights of Tibet, those who seek the deepest healing are guided sooner or later into this sacred, empty chamber. It is here, in stillness, that all transformation truly begins. I did not believe in stillness at first. As a student, I thought power meant vibration, movement, heatsome wild sensation to prove the energy was real. But the old scribe at the edge of the Nile just laughed at me. He said, "You think you are here to make noise? The gods do not listen to sound, but to the silence that follows." He made me sit in a dark, stone alcove, no light, no voice, only the sound of my own blood in my ears. At first, the silence was terrifying. It seemed to pull secrets from me, memories I'd hidden. But then, an impossible thing happened. A vast, cool mirror opened in my chest, and I felt suspended, as if I had stepped outside of time itself. The science of stillness. Modern research, though it lags behind the ancients, calls this state the theta zone. When the mind enters deep stillness, the brain's frantic waves slow down, falling into a rhythm found in only 2 places: profound meditation and the moments before sleep. Here, scientists have recorded unusual bursts of cell repair, the release of trauma, even the appearance of what they call coherence, when every part of the body, from the heart to the immune system, vibrates in synchrony. But the ancients spoke more poetically. To the Egyptians, this was the hour of Ma'at, when the soul is weighed and the heart finds its true balance. The ritual, entering the mirror. Do not take this lightly. Find a place where you will not be disturbed. Dim the lights, silence all machines. Sit with your back straight, your eyes half closed. Now, listen not to the sounds around you, but to the silence between the sounds. With every breath, imagine a vast, black mirror opening in your heart. Let your thoughts come and go, but do not chase them. If a memory surfaces, watch it without judgment. If a fear rises, let it dissolve in the quiet. After 7 breaths, you may begin to feel it, a sense of being watched, not by anyone outside, but by something vast and silent within you. Some say they feel the air grow thick, heavy. Others, a weightless clarity, as if floating. If you do this sincerely, even for 5 minutes, something inside will change. The energy you awakened with the serpent, the light you ignited before now, it finds a new home in this infinite calm. The haunting beauty. There are dangers here, but not what you might expect. Some are unsettled by the memories that surface: old grief, hidden guilt, even flashes of future dreams. This is the mirror's gift. It reveals what you most need to see, not what you most want to see. Others feel an uncanny stillness, a peace so pure it's almost frightening, as if you have slipped out of the world and become untouchable. That is the beginning of real transformation. If you feel sadness, let the tears come. If you feel nothing, stay a little longer. Stillness is patient. Do not seek sensation. The greatest energy flows where the mind is most silent. The signs of renewal. After the mirror, many find their face looks subtly different in the morning. Eyes clearer, skin smoother, as if some old heaviness has finally lifted. Some sleep deeply, dreamlessly. Others report dreams that feel like messages from another world. You may find your breath deeper, your voice more resonant, your reactions to life softened and slowed. A sense that time is less urgent, less sharp. A new, sacred rhythm pulses through you. The Emerald Pulse. To those who have heard it, there is no turning back. Beneath your heartbeat, beneath even the electric shimmer of your nerves, runs an ancient rhythm, a silent pulse, echoing the order of the cosmos itself. It is not flesh, not thought, not emotion. It is pattern, form, the geometry of life, the code of Thoth, etched in the invisible architecture of your being. When the Emerald Tablet spoke of "as above, so below," it was no poetic flourish. The priests of Egypt, the yogis of India, the geomancers of China, each found the same truth. Life is built on repeating sacred forms. The spiral of the shell, the hexagon of the snowflake, the branching river of veins in a leaf or a hand. Within you, this geometry still vibrates, guiding every breath, every spark of healing. Awe in the blueprint. The first time I traced the lines of sacred geometry, it was as if a fog lifted. I saw the world as a great, humming mandala, my own body no longer random matter, but a crystal in a living web. Shudenyi, illness felt like a distortion, age like a forgetting. Healing, then, was not about adding or forcing, but remembering, returning to the original, flawless design. Modern science finds echoes here. Biologists now map the double helix spiral of DNA, the fractal branching of arteries, the hexagonal architecture of the cell wall. Everything living dances to the same ancient music. But the ancients went further. They claimed you could tune your body back into harmony using attention, breath, and most powerfully the visual contemplation of sacred shapes. The ritual, drawing the pulse. This is not art, but awakening. Take a blank page and a pencil, draw a simple circle. Within it, sketch a spiral, no need for perfection. As you draw, breathe slowly, letting your hand move in time with your exhale, tracing the endless return. Now, close your eyes. Imagine the spiral glowing emerald green in your mind's eye, spinning gently at the center of your chest. Inhale, and with each breath, see the spiral expand, sending gentle ripples through your body. On the exhale, whisper softly, "As above, so below. As within, so without. End of. Repeat for 11 breaths, letting the image settle deeper with every cycle. If you are sensitive, you may feel a tingling or warmth radiating from your heart. Others see fleeting visions patterns behind the eyelids, a sense of being woven back together, sometimes even the faint echo of distant music. If done with genuine focus, even once, something subtle realigns. You may notice your breath smooths out, your thoughts slow, old pains dissolve, as if being erased by an invisible architect. The geometry of renewal. This practice is more than a meditation. It is a return to the original blueprint, the sacred code that Thoth guarded. Those who enter this geometry report spontaneous moments of insight, solutions to problems, memories restored, intuition sharpened, as if tuning into a hidden frequency. But heed this. If you approach it with skepticism or rush, the shapes remain lifeless. The emerald pulse only awakens when you surrender, when you allow yourself to be drawn, not just to draw. Signs of the pulse. You will know the emerald pulse has awakened if you *. Feel a subtle vibration or humming in the chest or hands. *. See emerald or gold flashes with eyes closed, especially at night. *. Suddenly notice beauty and order in nature, patterns in leaves, the swirl of clouds, the spiral in your own fingerprints. *. Find old habits dissolving, replaced by a calm, inner steadiness. Side effects? Some become more sensitive to disorder, loud noise, clutter, harsh angles can feel jarring. You may crave more time in nature, or feel the urge to clean and organize your space. The breath of Ma'at. Long before laws or kings, before even the pyramids rose from sand, the priests of Thoth whispered of a single force that kept the world from unraveling. Ma'at. Ma'at is not just a goddess, not just a word for truth or justice. She is the pulse of balance, an intelligence so vast that even the gods submit to her scale. In the halls of the underworld, every soul is weighed against her feather. In the body, every cell lives or dies by the invisible ratio of chaos to order. Modern science names it homeostasis, the body's tireless drive to return, moment by moment, to harmony. But the ancients knew the quickest path to Ma'at, to inner renewal, is hidden in something so simple, so overlooked, that most live and die without truly mastering it: the breath, the weighing of the heart. I have stood in temples where nothing moved but a single shaft of dust-lit sunlight, and heard the stories of those who tried to force their destiny, who breathed shallow, rushed, and out of sync with the cosmic rhythm. Their hearts grew heavy, their bodies aged before their time. Ma'at is gentle, but she is not merciful to those who defy her order. There is a warning in this. When you disrupt the breath through anger, anxiety, neglect, you invite chaos inside and out. When you return to the sacred rhythm, you open the gates to healing, youth, and the restoration of your true pattern. The ritual, the scales of inhale and exhale. Prepare yourself. Sit or lie comfortably. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your heart, as if you are standing before Ma'at's scales. Inhale slowly for a count of 4, feeling the breath lift your heart, your chest, your spirit. Pause, holding the breath for a count of 4. Exhale gently for a count of 6, imagining your heart growing lighter, as if releasing a lifetime of burdens. Pause again for a count of 2, letting the silence restore you. Repeat this cycle for 13 breaths, letting each exhale grow softer, each pause become deeper. If you truly surrender, you may feel a lightness, a sense that something within is being measured, recalibrated, restored. The science of equilibrium. Western medicine now proves what the priests always knew. Slow, balanced breathing activates the vagus nerve, lowers stress hormones, recalibrates every system from digestion to immunity. But this is more than stress management. The true initiate feels Ma'at's breath as an energy, a silk thread that ties together body and spirit, restoring order where chaos crept in. Some report a sudden peace, a quiet euphoria. Others feel their heartbeat slow, their hands warm, a tingling at the crown or base of the spine, subtle signs that renewal has begun. The dangers of imbalance. But beware. If you force the breath, If you try to outsmart Ma'at, the body may rebel. You might feel dizziness, tightness, even bursts of sadness or impatience. This is your warning pause. Return to natural breathing and let go of the urge to control. Ma'at rewards surrender, not conquest. The gifts of balance. With each practice, you may find sleep deepens, worries dissolve, asterisk. Old cravings fade, replaced by a gentle clarity, asterisk. Decisions become easier, you feel lighter in body and mind. Others notice your calm presence, a quiet, magnetic peace. True balance is not found once, but renewed in every breath. Just one sincere cycle, done with intention, can shift your entire energy field. The shadow's lesson. For every surge of light, there is a shadow. For every spiral upward, a memory, a wound, a secret rising from below. The ancients understood. To awaken the codes of rejuvenation is to disturb what sleeps in the basement of the soul. This is not a side effect. This is the hidden purpose. If you seek only the light and flee from your darkness, the code will not transform you, it will break you. I learned this truth the hard way. After weeks of radiant practice, vibration, breath, geometry, stillness, I felt invincible. My skin glowed, my thoughts sparkled. But then, one silent evening, the dreams came. Old betrayals, fears I thought were long dead. Suddenly, anxiety clawed at me, a sense of loss echoing in my chest. I asked my teacher, trembling, "Have I failed? Has the energy turned against me?" He only smiled, a smile tinged with pity. Number, you are finally ready to heal. When the shadow rises, the true alchemy begins. The ancient warnings. Every tradition hides its warning in myth. In Egypt, the god Set waits at the threshold, eager to test those who awaken the light. In India, the serpent Kundalini is said to provoke visions of both gods and demons. Tibetan yogis meditate for years in total darkness, confronting the phantoms of their own minds. Modern psychology echoes this with a colder language. The subconscious, the trauma body, the integration of the shadow. But the experience is always the same. What you have suppressed now demands to be seen. This is not a punishment, but an invitation. The ritual, embracing what rises. When the shadow comes, anxiety, anger, sorrow, old pain, do not flee, do not fight. Sit quietly, place your hand on your heart, and breathe deeply. On the inhale, silently say, "I see you." On the exhale, "I accept you." If tears come, let them. If anger surges, acknowledge it. If old memories replay, watch them without judgment. You are not regressing. You are making space for your own wholeness. Repeat for as many breaths as needed, sometimes just 3, sometimes 20. If you are overwhelmed, return to the emerald pulse or the breath of Ma'at. These energies support, but do not suppress. Transformation is a dance between darkness and dawn. The signs of integration. How do you know you are integrating, not being overwhelmed? Asterisk. Emotional waves come, but they pass, leaving a strange, clean calm. Asterisk. Old triggers lose their sting. Asterisk. Unexpected insights or forgiveness arise without effort. Asterisk. Your energy stabilizes less high, but deeper, steadier, and more real. Sometimes, the shadow speaks in dreams, art, or strange synchronicities. Notice the patterns. This is your soul teaching you in symbols. The gifts of the shadow. The paradox. Every fear you face becomes new strength. Every sorrow you accept becomes new softness. The code of rejuvenation is not about escaping what is broken, it is about transmuting it, forging beauty from the broken places. Many turn back at this stage, believing they have failed. But if you stay, if you trust, the shadow becomes your most loyal ally. The song of remembrance. In the silent archives of your body, there are memories older than your mind codes, etched into bone and blood, a song humming quietly beneath every cell. Thoth's most secret teaching was never a written scroll, but a living vibration, a frequency that could reawaken what was lost, returning the wisdom and vitality of all your forgotten selves. Many have heard it, often in dreams or moments between sleep and waking. A tone, a melody, a phrase that feels both alien and achingly familiar. The Egyptians called it the Song of the Ka, the call that reunites the fragments of the soul. In India, it is nada, the primal sound. Tibetan monks call it the Song of the Ancestors, echoing back through the DNA, reminding the body how to heal itself. When remembrance awakens, I remember the first time it happened to me. I was sitting in meditation, weary and doubting, when suddenly a sound rose up, not from outside, but from the core of my chest. It was not a word, but a resonance, pure, round, golden. It shivered through my bones, and I felt, for a moment, as if I was all ages at once, a child, an elder, a seeker lost and found. Afterward, I knew things I had never learned. I remembered how to move, breathe, forgive, and trust again. This is the true gift of the song of remembrance. It does not add, it returns. The ritual: awaken the ancient frequency. You do not need to be a singer or a shaman. You need only to listen and to dare to sound. Sit quietly, inhale deeply, and on your exhale, allow any vowel sound to rise up: ah, e, or even a hum. Let it be soft, long, and free. Do not sing, let your voice carry itself. With each sound, imagine it spiraling through your chest, echoing down your arms and legs, waking every cell. Repeat this for at least 7 breaths. As you sound, imagine you are calling back lost parts of yourself, inviting your body to remember its original song. If emotion rises, joy, grief, nostalgia, let it flood you. Many weep, some laugh, some are stunned by the sudden wave of homecoming. Scientific echoes. Modern epigenetics tells us the body stores memory far beyond the brain. Every organ, every strand of DNA holds ancestral imprints. Sound, especially the voice, can activate dormant genes, trigger the release of healing chemicals, and awaken repair mechanisms long thought silent. But the ancient masters already knew, you are not just healing yourself, you are repairing the tapestry of generations. Signs of cellular awakening. How do you know the song has stirred something real? Asterisk. Sudden flashes of memory, some your own, some unplaceable. Asterisk. A surge of energy even after exhaustion. Asterisk. Old wounds, physical or emotional, begin to heal unexpectedly. Asterisk. A sense of familiarity with new practices, as if you remember how to do them. Occasionally, you may feel waves of longing, the ache of past losses, or brief dizziness. This is your body retuning, integrating the old with the new. The legacy of sound. This is not a one-time practice, but a reunion. Each time you sound, the connection deepens, your body remembers faster, your intuition sharpens, your resilience returns. The river of gold. So many come to the secrets of energy, seeking treasure, strength, healing, youth, even power. But Thoth's final lesson was simple and relentless. True energy is not meant to be hoarded. It is a river, not a cup. If you try to dam the river, it stagnates. If you let it flow through you, it renews everything it touches, including yourself. The Egyptians told of a sacred stream that ran beneath every temple, a current that could neither be seen nor owned, only joined. Priests would bathe in its waters not to keep the gold for themselves, but to let it pass through their bodies and out into the world. Only then did the true miracles happen. Illnesses vanished, tempers cooled, the old remembered their laughter, and the young found new wisdom. The trap of greed. Many seekers stumble here. They awaken the code, feel the surge, and clutch it desperately, terrified it will slip away. But the tighter you hold, the faster it fades. This is the paradox. You are not the owner, but the channel. Modern science offers a mirror. Studies on altruism, gratitude, and flow state all confirm when energy, generosity, and love move through us to others, we not only thrive, we heal at levels medicine cannot reach. My confession. I, too, tried to possess the river. After a period of powerful awakening, I grew anxious. What if the light left me? I meditated harder, practiced longer, sought ever more secret techniques. But the more I chased, the more depleted I felt. Only when I let go, when I began to bless others with my presence, Share my words, give freely did the energy return, deeper and brighter than before. The ritual. Letting the gold flow. Sit in your usual posture, eyes closed, hands on your heart. Imagine, just behind your heart, a stream of molten gold, bright and endless. On the inhale, draw the gold into your heart. On the exhale, imagine it pouring from your hands, your voice, your eyes into the world, blessing everyone you meet, known or unknown. Repeat funny breaths. With each exhale, let go of any urge to keep or collect. Feel yourself as an open conduit. The more you give, the more flows through you. You may notice tingling in your palms, warmth on your face, or a gentle sense of relief as if an old burden has lifted. The signs of flow. When the river truly moves through you, your fatigue transforms into quiet energy. Asterisk, old resentments dissolve, replaced by an urge to help, forgive, or simply be. Asterisk, life gives back. In mysterious ways, unexpected kindness, synchronicity, renewed health. Occasionally, you may feel a brief emptiness, a moment of loss. Do not panic. This is only the space making room for more. Trust the current, the new dawn. If you have come this far, you are no longer a seeker at the threshold. You are a living keeper of the code. The old stories say that every true transformation ends not in isolation, but in return. The initiate steps from the temple into the rising sun, carrying the secret, not for himself, but for all the world. It is morning on the Nile. The air shivers with possibility. You feel it in your bones, the echo of all you have remembered, released, and received. You are not the person who began this journey. Something in your eyes, your breath, your very skin is changed subtly at first, but irrevocably. The rejuvenation is not simply a gift. It is a charge, a calling. Thoth's code does not belong to any one name or bloodline. It is alive in you, and in everyone bold enough to say yes to the unknown. Sealing the code. Before you rise, one last ritual, both a sealing and a vow. Close your eyes. Bring to mind the serpent's path, the mirror of stillness, the emerald spiral, the breath of Ma'at, the shadow's lesson, the song of remembrance, the river of gold. See each one like a star above your head, shining and turning in slow, silent orbit. Now, draw a slow breath and say aloud or silently, I am the field, I am the code, I am the new dawn. Let the energy settle. Notice the silence deeper now, more vibrant, like dawn after a long, sacred night. You have sealed the work. Even if you never return to these practices, something within you will carry this resonance forever. Some doors never close once opened, becoming the legend. This is not the end. Every action you take, every breath, every kindness, every silent blessing now carries the frequency of what you have awakened. You are not merely healed, you are healing itself, moving unseen through the lives of others. You become a living myth, a quiet legend in a world starved for wonder. You will notice strangers drawn to you, animals at peace in your presence, children looking twice. Old wounds, yours and others, may rise to the surface to be soothed, simply because you are there. And in moments of doubt, remember, the code never leaves you. It is written into your hands, your voice, your very gaze. The living field. All across the world, the ancient field awakens one soul at a time, forming a luminous web that connects continents, languages, and ages. Every time you share, teach, or simply embody this energy, the field grows stronger. The old legends said this day would come, when enough would remember, the world itself would begin to change. If you have completed this journey, felt even a spark of transformation, comment below. I am part of the living field. End 1. Your words are not just a marker, they are a transmission, an invitation to the next soul on the path. The collective vow. If you feel called, join our circle. Subscribe not as a follower, but as a keeper of the code. Like and share this video to carry the energy further, to awaken those who are waiting but do not yet know why. Comment your affirmation below and return whenever the world dims or your heart grows heavy. Every interaction here is not a digital act, it is a vibration, a resonance, a stone dropped in the collective well.